How do you become limitless? This is one of the most important episodes for you to listen to because this is the source. What keeps you from the things that you desire and deserve the most? So this conversation is about tactically what can you do to redraw the borders and boundaries that hold you back in some area of your life, whether it's your learning, your ability to read, your ability to remember, your ability to focus, or your ability to achieve any of your goals. And when I'm talking about your goals, a lot of people are in the habit of shrinking their goals, their desires, their fantasies, the things that they want most in their life, the possibilities to fit their mind. What I'm asking you to do over the course of this episode, this video, this audio that you're listening to, is instead of shrinking your possibilities to fit your mind, I want you to expand your mind to fit all of the amazing opportunities, the limitless opportunities there are in your life. And we're going to talk about the limitless model, a three-part model for learning and achieving anything you want. Now, I'm really excited to announce this is based on my brand new book called Limitless: Upgrading Your Brain, Learning Anything Faster, and really unlocking your exceptional life. And you're thinking, Jim, finally, I've been asking for so long for this book. I know you've been teaching for 28 years. Why did you wait so long to write this book? Who's this book for? What am I going to learn? Is your methodology for speed reading and remembering names and learning languages in this book, changing your habits, how to energize your brain? Yes, the answer is absolutely yes. I've waited this long, 28 years, to be able to come up with the process for being able to do these things in a way that was practical, that was fun, and very, very simple. Now, here's the thing. This book originally was going to be a book about methodology. How to give a TED Talk from memory, how to be able to learn another language, how to be able to remember names, how to be able to read 2 or 3 times faster. But here's the thing. I noticed that knowledge is not power. A lot of us know what to do, but we don't do what we know because common sense is not often common practice. So what I did was I sat down, I thought, all the people that we've trained, and we have students in 195 countries. We have tens of millions of downloads of our podcast. If you search my name on Facebook or on YouTube, you'll see over 300 million video views. So we get a lot of feedback in terms of what works and what doesn't. We've also taught this at Ivy League schools like Harvard University. We've done it at Caltech, at Singularity Universities, top hospitals like the Cleveland Clinic, top companies like Nike and Google and WordPress and Zappos. And so I believe genius leaves clues. And I'm always asking myself this question: why don't people implement what they know they should implement? Why are they holding back? In some way, they feel like they're limited in one of 3 areas. And this is what I want to introduce to you now, the limitless model. Now, by the way, you're probably asking, Jim, where can I get the book? Go to limitlessbook.com, limitlessbook.com. And when you pre-order the book, I'm going to gift you my 10-day quick start program. How to upgrade your brain, learn things faster, and really become limitless. And this is to prime your brain to get ready for when the book comes to you, because then you could read it faster, you could absorb it, you could be able to remember the things that you read, and you're gonna be able to apply it. Because knowledge alone, again, is not power. Knowledge times action becomes power. Now let's talk about the limitless model. Why do we stop ourselves from achieving the things that we say that we want? Why do we procrastinate? Why do we have these negative thoughts? Well, here's a limitless model. And you'll notice that if there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be in life, if there's a gap between your current reality and your desired reality, then usually there's a constraint or a limit in one or more of these 3 areas. And here we go. The first area, and you can imagine a Venn diagram. You know those three circles that overlap together? I want you to imagine these three circles because these are your elements for becoming limitless. And you need all three. And if one is missing, you're not going to be able to achieve your goals with the level of ease, effectiveness, and efficiency and overall enjoyment that you really want. Now, the first one, I'm going to talk about 3 M's. The first part of the limitless model is mindset. Mindset. Mindset is your attitude, your assumptions, what you believe is possible, what you believe you deserve, what you believe you are capable of. Because in this book, I'm going to show you an incredible technique for remembering names. But if your mindset says it's not possible, or your mindset says, I'm just too old, or your mindset says, I'm not smart enough, then your behavior, remembering names, is going to be affected by your limiting beliefs. So mindset is the first circle. Now, another circle there, I want you to imagine the second circle, which is motivation. Motivation. Maybe you have this mindset where anything is possible, that you deserve this and you are capable of achieving these things. But the second M, you're lacking. There's a limit in your motivation. What is your motivation? Your motivation really is your drive, your purpose, the level of energy that you bring to an action. It's your motive for taking action. And so maybe you have the mindset that it's possible to read a book a week, but you're not motivated. How do you tap your motivation? That's what we talk about in this book. How to not just build a surge of motivation, but a motivation that is really sustainable. It's not something that comes or goes, or you have to use your hype or your willpower to get through something. It's something that really is, it's who you are, okay? And then finally, the third M, after you have unlimiting your mindset and you're unlimiting your motivation, the third element to the limitless model are your limitless methods. Because maybe you believe it's possible. Maybe you believe it's possible to learn or study something in a third of the time. Maybe you're even motivated to be able to do that. But if you're using learning techniques that are outdated and antiquated, maybe it's rote memory. You're just repeating things over and over and over again in your head. Do you realize you're doing that? Or maybe you're reading and let's say you want to study and you want to learn faster, but you're reading one word at a time. That's not a great method. Or maybe you're reading, you're sub-vocalizing. You know what sub-vocalization is? Have you ever noticed when you're reading something, you hear that inner voice inside your head reading along with you? Hopefully it's your own voice, it's not somebody else's voice. Now the reason is you were imprinted or you were taught this limited method for getting a result. And here's the challenge. You don't need to say the words in order to understand what you read. But that means your reading speed is limited to your talking speed and not your thinking speed. So we want to upgrade those methodologies. So the limitless model, as you can imagine it, 3 circles that intersect. One is mindset, one is motivation, and the third are the methods. And I want to take you in this book through a process called unlimiting. Unlimiting, literally removing the limitations you have in these areas. Because here's the thing, you could have the greatest methodology, and we teach that in the book on how to be a genius and how to learn faster, how to do these amazing things, how to be a great listener, how to take notes, all these amazing strategies. But if you don't have the motivation to use them, you're not going to get the results. And maybe you have the motivation, but your mindset is somehow restricting you in your mind of what you believe is possible, then you're not going to get the same kind of result, right? So if you're looking in your mind or you're watching this video and you see this Venn diagram, if you have the mindset and the motivation, but not the methodology, then you know what's possible, you know what you're capable of, you know what you deserve, and you're motivated, but you're using an antiquated method, you're not going to get the result. But here, let's say you have the motivation and the method. You have the motivation and the method, but your ceiling again is what you feel like you deserve or what you believe is possible. Or you could have the mindset unlimited and you could have the methodology, but you're not motivated to do it. And by the way, a lot of books write about these things, and they're all equally important. They're books on mindset, they're books on motivation, they're books on methodology. But if you don't have all three, you're not going to get the limitless result. Now, notice also that if you have the mindset and the motivation, where mindset and motivation intersect, you have inspiration, right? And there are a lot of things you see online or books that are based on inspiration, and that's great. It's an important element. Or maybe you have two of the three. You have motivation and methods. So where you have motivation and methods, you have something called implementation. That's the second I, implementation. And finally, if you have the mindset and you have the methodology, it stays in your mind. And the third I is ideation, ideation. Now, here's the sweet spot. What you're looking for is when all three of these combine, and that right there in the middle, where you have mindset, you have the unlimited motivation, and you have the unlimited methodologies and the methods, then you have the limitless state. That's really, truly where you become limitless. And that's the basis of the book. But in this episode, I wanted to introduce to you the limitless model. And I want you to start training yourself every single time where you feel like there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be, or you self-sabotage. You take one step forward and maybe two steps back, or you procrastinate, or you can't get yourself aligned. I want you to train yourself to ask yourself, where's my limit? Is the limit in my mindset of what is possible, what I feel like I deserve, what I believe I'm capable of, what I believe how the world works? Or is your limitation in your motivation? Do you get a surge of energy and then it just crashes? Or you can't get yourself to do the things that you need to do? Read 10 minutes a day, work out, meditate, do the difficult things that you need to do. Is the challenge or the constraint in your motivation? Or maybe you have an unlimited mindset, you have unlimited motivation, maybe you're not getting your goal. Maybe ask yourself, is the limitation in my method? In my method for marketing, in my method for being healthy, in the method or process I use to be able to have a great relationship? Maybe the methodology itself has a constraint or some kind of constriction built into it. And that's really what I want you to build in this episode, is self-awareness. I want you to know that it's not a matter of magic. It's a matter of mindset, motivation, and methods. When you have all three unlimited, then you have unlimited power. You have unlimited potential, because it's not about what's going on the outside. The ultimate resource we have on the planet, the most infinite resource we have on the planet, is human potential. And I wrote this book because I believe the ultimate hero's journey that we're all on is to be able to reveal, to be able to realize our fullest potential, right? When you think about mindset in your head, or motivation in your heart, or actual methodology of your hands, head, heart, hands, or mindset, motivation, methods, or three I's. You have the ideation in your head, you have the inspiration in your heart, or you have the implementation in your hands. When you have all three I's, the fourth I is integration. Integration. Limitless is just who you are. And that's the goal with everything we teach. It's not just to know it up in your head or feel it in your heart or just to do it with your hands. You want to be able to be fully aligned. And when you do that, life becomes a lot easier, because a lot of people are working way too hard, learning way too hard, studying way too hard for minimal results. And this is about working smart versus working hard. You could still work hard, but work smart first. Now, if you want to see this in action, you could go to limitlessbook.com and you could pre-order the book. The book comes out in April. I'm so excited about this. This is 28 years in the making. And the reason why I feel like it took so long, even in the past few months, was because it's 3 books in one. you're getting 3 books on how to have a limitless mindset, limitless motivation, and limitless methods to be able to upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. And when you pre-order the book today, just send us your receipt and we're gonna gift you my 10-day quick start program. Upgrading your brain, learning faster, how to become limitless so you could prime and jumpstart your brain. So when your book arrives, you're gonna read that book totally different. You're gonna absorb that book totally different. You're going to apply this book completely different. This is the one skill to master in the 21st century. It is the most important skill because if you go to a genie comes to you and says, I'm gonna grant you any one wish in the world, but just one, what would you wish for? You would wish for infinite wishes, right? Now, if I was your learning genie and I could grant you one wish to learn any one subject or any one skill, what would you ask for? What would be the same or in the same spirit as asking for infinite wishes? It would be learning how to what? Learning how to learn. Because if you could learn how to learn, everything else gets easier and you could grant your own wish. You could apply that towards marketing, towards Mandarin, towards music, towards management, towards martial arts. Every single thing gets easier in your life. When you learn how to upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, you could unlock this exceptional life. And that's really the goal. That's why I wrote this book for you as an owner's manual for the most important technology in the world, which is your brain. Your brain. More people upgrade their phone than they upgrade their mind. And once you learn how to learn, you can do everything better. You can upgrade your learning, you can upgrade your life. And you don't have to shrink your dreams to meet your current reality. You could expand your mindset, your motivation, and your methods to be able to fulfill your destiny, your dreams. So I want to thank you for joining me for this episode, and also thank you for joining me on this movement. By doing so, we could show the world that your brain is very important. We can encourage people to love their brain again. We can take the judgment away from the self-judgment where, oh, I'm not good enough, the negative self-talk in our mindset. Or if you feel like you lack the drive or motivation and you wonder why, I'm gonna talk about that deeply in this book and how to reverse that, how to have sustainable purpose and energy in everything that you do. Or maybe it's in your methodology. We're gonna upgrade your skills and your capabilities for the 21st century so you can learn and earn and then return. You could pay it forward. So I'll see you at limitlessbook.com. I'll see you in our free Quick Start program. If you have any questions, go to our site, message us, email our team, or text me personally. Here's my personal text number. I set it up dedicated to be able to support you. It is 310-299-9362. It's also available right at Jim Kwik on my Instagram, a simple button. Text me, ask me your burning question, tell me what you want to get out of this book, and I look forward to seeing you inside.